Hi, it's Hazy and welcome to my channel. Today I'm making different sorts of notebooks. I'm making mini ones, and I'm also making, these are sort of mini ones, aren't they? I've included those as minis. I don't make that on video, but it's basically the same as what a large one is. And I've thought of something on video, but guess what? I wasn't recording at the time. Anyway, I've got a whole list at the end of things you could use your notebooks for, including these little ones. You said, what's the purpose of these? Well, I've got a whole list of what you can use them for. I've got how to make that as well, how I made it anyway. I did one yesterday and it's a lot thicker than that, and if you've done one, if you do it thicker than, if you don't want to do these really thin ones, there is a way of doing the thicker one without getting it on. So this is what I'm doing, like that. So I've got ideas that come to me on video and things like that. Give me a thumbs up if you would like to join me today, because there are things that you might want to know actually, and you can also watch me doing things wrong if you like. Also, I forget to show you how to do that, but I do describe how to make those. I've already made that on. I already make, not that one, it's this one we make on. So it's very similar to this, just that you don't need the flap. Just exactly the same really. And also I'll do a little addition of making this. Okay, it's easy to make really, but I'll show you how to do it. And then I come across another idea of how to use those little ones with the enclosure. You don't have to have an enclosure, but closure. Don't have to have a closure, but you know. Anyway, thank you so much for giving me a thumbs up today. That does help other people see my video. And anybody who has subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. That helps my channel to grow. And I've got papers on Ko-fi if you want to have a look. Here's examples. This is something that came up recently. That's just part of it, obviously. But you want to get that. That's the one I made on video. Watercolour, something or others. Is the one I've made that, and it's also on, I've put them on Ko-fi because I think people might want to see what I've done close up as well, or they might want to use my papers, which is fine, and I don't mind you selling the product you've made using my papers, or but don't sell them as they are, sort of thing. I don't think that's fair. Okay then, so let's go and I'll show you what we're doing today. Okay, today we're making books in various sizes. This one's got, this one's a stapled one. Actually, I'm so pleased. That stapler will actually go right up to 3.5 inches. It's a, let's see, whatever that is. That way around. Deli. Okay, Deli, I think. And it does 50, that means it does 50 staples. Yeah, it's Deli, by Deli. Yeah, this is a delicatessen, isn't it, Deli? Use staples 24/6, 24/8, 26/6 and 26/8. It also does size 12, whatever that is, because I've got size 12 with it. Okay, so these are little notebooks I've made. I've sewn that one. This is not recent. And it's similar to the one I made. I probably did make it actually with a file folder. And it's 6 inches, that's just over 3. No, just under 3, just over 3. Yeah, 3 3/4. That's 6 3/4 there. There's that one. That one's got pockets. That's easy to do. All you would do is fold in the, you just make them longer, fold them in. Oh, yeah, just over 5. Yeah, that's the one, and then I just did that a normal one, put some and that in the middle. Yeah, okay. And these little ones as well. These are the mini ones, okay. You can make them what size you like. I've seen them made with 6-inch paper, and so you could easily do that. Those, similar to those really, but you've not got the plastic cover on it. Ooh, there's one lot. Yeah, there's one lot. Hee. So what I did was got some That's actually 8-inch paper by, is it 6? Oh, nearly 6. So getting on for 6. It must be just an, oh yeah, it's an extra piece from one of my 6x6, so that's how it fitted, right? And then I've just put that elastic through, and a little, yeah, so that's quite a cute little addition, isn't it? It's pretty, I think it's pretty obvious how you make them. I don't know if you want me to show you, but that'd be cute, wouldn't it? Yeah, oh. Yeah. Let's see if I've got any paper. That's what colour have I got inside of her? Oh, it's patterned both sides. And then there's those cute ones for your journal as well that I've put. I think I put them inside here like this. Took them inside there because it makes a cute little presentation. So you made your TN and then, or anything, it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as it's some, you can put it somewhere like that. Look really cute, don't they? Yeah, these are buttons, so I've got different shaped buttons. I've also got the butterfly thing. I'll show you how to make that later as well. It's really easy to do actually. Even if you've got really thick papers, it's easy to do. Right then, let's see what we can do today then. So we try have a go at that. So 8 inches by 6. I say 6. Let's do 6. 8 inches by 6 inches. Okay. Right. So I've cut this very brightly coloured paper. It's beautiful, isn't it? I love it. Right. And then some. I've done about 5 sheets of that because I thought no more. We'll just have 5 sheets and that's fine. It doesn't. I don't think it matters which way round, does it? That's 6. Well, that's less than 6. Ah, so let's do the. Right, okay, so that's 6. That's the full 6. I'm going to fold. That's less than 6. That's because it was probably an offcut from a A4 piece of paper. So that's, and then that I'm using that as 6 inches. Yeah. Oh, is it bigger? Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. It's okay. Then I'm going to fold this at 3. So I'm using this, folding it around here because I haven't got any little bits. I'm not using my scoreboard. Yeah, because sometimes when you use your scoreboard, you can do the little bits a little bit better. A little bit. Right, okay, there we go. Right, so is that right? That should be perfect. I don't know why it's not. I'm gonna move them bits out of the way from previous projects that should have been cleared away. Not very good at that, am I? Right, so 3 inches. In fact, that is just over 3 inches, which is probably a good thing. See if I can get that straight. I don't know. That's the way of getting it straight. Okay, even scoreboard, sometimes you can't get it straight. So if you haven't got a scoreboard, sometimes it doesn't matter. Right, I need me. I'm going to use this. I don't know why I'm not using a scoreboard today. Normally I do, but there we go. Right, so I put that along there. Perhaps it's a good idea to put a bone folder there, just to get that folded over. Right, so that's basically it. Look, that's basically done, isn't it? So it's so quick, these little notebooks, and that should fit in there. Oh, that's not. I like the yellow and purple together. Oh, I say. Right then, and if that doesn't fit in there, which it's it's moaning a bit, I think, because it's not. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, I don't know whether to round the corners. Right, I'm going to clip it in because I like that way. That's sort of like a bit less than that, and that's a bit less than that. So I'm going to make sure that stays. Or should we do it with these? I don't know. Sewing clips. These are sewing clips. I'm going to try and make sure we're in the shot as well, because is that straight? If it isn't straight, then we're going to straighten it, aren't we? Make sure it is. I don't know if that's not to my satisfaction. That's too long. I suppose you could cut it off, couldn't you, with your trimmer? Oh, look at that! I don't like that. Don't like it. Don't like it. It's got to be straight. Why it's opened out, it needs to be straight, doesn't it? It needs to be perfect. Otherwise, when you fold it, it won't be. Right, so that's in. Right. What's the others there? See, they were making that, and then when it's flat, it needs to be flush against the edges. Okay. I can now staple it, can't I? You need to staple it from that side, really. Hopefully I'll get the staples along that row. If not, I've got a staple remover. I'll show you what it is in a minute, especially if I need it. Oh, there's my pin from the other day. Right, okay. Oh, that looks like it's on the perfect position. I'll still show you it anyway. And that one, oh, I've run out of staples. Well, I missed staples. No, I haven't. I haven't run out of staples. What's it doing? Okay. Right, if I didn't like the position of that, which actually it looks a bit funny, doesn't it? Where are my staples? My new staples. I can't even see them. But anyway, I've got this. Now these are tweezers, and they actually, if I can't find my stapler, no, I'll go this side first. Can't find my stapler remover, I mean. Make brilliant. It's got flat things to go underneath these you can move out, and you don't hurt your fingers, and then you've got that as well. There you go. So if you've got a pair of those, there you go. Let's have a look. I don't think I did that in a very good. That's a bit better, isn't it? If it isn't, it's staying there. Right, I'm going to round the corners of these. My Kadamaru. Is it Kadamaru? Kadamaru, yeah, Kadamaru. Okay. Yeah, I think we do it like this. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I meant to do these corners, of course. Disaster story again. There we go. But still, I was thinking about doing those as well, so I'm going to keep to contain that. Okay. Right then, obviously, to put your, if you want to put your thing in, I'm going to use gold because that's handy. I've got some brightly coloured elastic, but I don't know if it'll go exactly with that, so I'm using gold, which looks really nice with that, actually. That suits that perfectly. Ah, I know where they are. I found this from a mobile, I think it's from a mobile phone, actually. But anyway, oh, what do you call it? A cell phone in America, I think. What's the other thing I thought of? Oh, that's it, yeah. It was about the colour of this. I was thinking that looks like elastoplast. Now, Americans will, right, so I'm going to make a hole in the middle here. Meg will say, what's elastoplast? You might know it as Band-Aid. Right, yeah, well, I noticed that we actually quite good actually at knowing what American words are. Yeah, quite good at that, you know. Right, so I'm going to now, yeah, because I think I learned that actually. I think we had to learn them actually when we was going to America. We got a whole list, and that was one of it was like plasters, really. We call them plasters, and Americans call them Band-Aids. I'm looking for that needle that was on the desk earlier. It has now vanished. Okay, wait a minute. Right, here we go, look. Right, you need... Oh, I haven't even checked, have I? I think... I'm not sure how much you need. I think you have to test it. Don't need those on there anymore. Looking at this, is this not computing, look, is it? No. Right. You'd need something like... Where's that? That's that hole I made. There into it. You just need to make sure you've got enough room to tie the knot. It's also a little bit, perhaps a little bit less than that actually. You need to tie a knot, or a double knot even sometimes. Okay, so I want to make sure it's something like that. Okay, I'm going to cut the with some scissors that are hard to get hold of, yes, like this. There we go. I think that'd be plenty there. And just need to make sure it's quite taut on you. So, and you sort of like work out whereabouts you need the knot. So what I'm going to do is thread them in on here. I can thread them both together, I think. I think you can. I don't know. Let's try that. Let's see if we can cut corners. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm getting ahead of myself again. Where are they? You want one of these, won't you? Yeah, yeah. We've got to get our buttons on. What am I doing? Oh, here's some more, look. Here's a cute one. That's the first one I made. Alright, we need something to match, don't we? What we got here? What's that? That's too big. That's too big. Is that? I don't know. I just want. Oh no, it's the other way around. It would go like that. Oh no, I've got two on there. What's it? What's happening? How did that get stuck on there? Right, so that could go on there like that. That'd look quite nice, wouldn't it? So you could do that. Right then. So we're not doing that. Ignore that a minute. Okay. Should be able to thread them through there. If not, I'm going to cut them very, because it does unravel a bit, you know. Doesn't matter which way now, does it? Oh no, you want it so it goes over the top of the button like that. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing now because it's confusing, isn't it? Right, so that needs to, yeah, that'd be fine. I'll leave that on there like that. Okay, I'm sure this is right. And then you just make sure you've got, because you need to put that on first, otherwise you'd have to undo it anyway. Let's see if I can do it now with these two going through here. It unravels, you know. That's it, not gone through. Okay, and we've got to get those through to the middle. We've got to, yeah, we've got to. So they come through to the middle, honest. Or we might have to do them separately. I'm just trying to cut corners. There we go. Right, there we go. Yeah, so you can do it like that. So, and that needed to be, I suppose you could check it again. Doing it like this, can't you? I mean, I'm not going to get this. I suppose you could check it again, she says. Yes, well, we'll just put it like that for now. And then put it over the top like that. I'm just putting that underneath like that. That's going to be fine. So I'm going to get some sort of down to about here. Okay, you can check it again if you've got more time. I'm thinking about the time, that's all. I'm thinking I'm going to be ages checking that. Right, so that's about right. Put a loose knot there a minute. Oh no, we want a bit less than that, don't we? Look. Definitely want to move that knot up there a bit. Look, I've only left myself up. It's going to squash it. It would squash it, wouldn't it? So we're going to move that. That's how you can do it. Look, just undo it a bit and do it up again. hopefully that's not too bad. That's all right. That's going to be... Ooh, come here, you. You're trying to escape, aren't you? Yeah, I know. Right. And it doesn't matter which way up the flower goes, so that's good about that. Sometimes when you're putting a heart on, you have to make sure the heart goes the right way. Right then, see, that's perfect. And I've got all the corners rounded and all sorts. Yep. So that's brilliant. Okay, I'm going to try and loosen it a little bit more if possible. Just because, for the sake of it, really. Because it does seem a little bit, a tiny, weeny bit tight. So you can do that. If you haven't, that's if you haven't tied this too tight. You just have to move it up a bit like that, and that shouldn't. Has that done it? Oh yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, that's gone through. Yep. So there we go. So there, that's that done. Ooh, then you can do some gold like I did. I did a gold pen, I think it was, or if you've got that gold edging thing. Or you can do it with paintbrush, can't you? That stuff. That stuff, if I can find it here. Gilding paste. I suppose you can do it with a paintbrush, couldn't you? Should we just quickly do that? I'm going to see if I can get it on fast and quickly do that, because that's quite an interesting little idea, isn't it? Because I don't know where I used. I used a pen. I think it was bronze actually, a bronze Sharpie. Let's get it out the lid like this. Used a bronze. Smells. All smells, doesn't it? Let's see if I can get some of this on here. I've done it with a paintbrush before, so hopefully it'll work. I don't know, it might not. Or you can just put it on with your fingers if you like, yeah. And you can pretend your gold finger, etc., you know. Yeah, on all that. Let's see if I can get it so you can see it, because I'm getting it so I can see it. Yeah, it's not very forthcoming, is it, look? And it's not very neat either. Sneat. What's sneat? Sneat. It's not very sneat. It's not very sneat. Okay, whoops. But is it neater than when you put do it with your fingers? I don't know. Right, okay, so that can go. So we'll put our lid back on and hope that dries nicely. Or you could put Nouveau drops. Yeah, Nouveau drops would work, wouldn't it? People say, no, not Nouveau drops, no. Obviously, I've got to wait now for it to dry to put that back on. Yeah, but it would have been neater with a pen. Did I show you? Did you notice what I did with the other one? I put bronze pen round it. Because I couldn't find my gold pen, I've used bronze, so I thought I'd use gold. But anyway, that's what I've done. Okay, so it's a lot neater, isn't it? That is, but that looks fine, I think. Yeah, you could even do it with your fingers. I think I've done that already, haven't I? So that's what that looks like. If you that's how neat I've got it. Yeah. Is it dry yet? Yeah. It's dry. There we go. Right, so there's that one. Okay. The mini one is so easy. It's exactly the same, really, but I haven't put the cover on, the plate cover on. So it's just a piece of. So if you've got these scrap little pieces, now that's about 1 inch, isn't it, by 2 inch by 2 inches. I tell you, did I? I wasn't showing you. Oh, I didn't show you that one. That's a good job, really. Good job. It was actually quite funny what I said, but oops, hold on, we're twisted. Okay, well, we paused that. Right, okay. Well, I'm going to show you. Well, that's basically the same as this one, really, or that one. I didn't show you that one. That one's a slightly bit bigger. So what you do is you thread it on like this. Thread it on the same as that. Put it through. It's massive in it. Let's take those off. And what did I say? I said something. I probably told you some facts or something. I don't know. And then you've got to make sure that heart's round the right way. It will, it tips upside down. Okay. And then yeah, because I paused because my son knocked on the door. Right. So you just put it through, and that's not even in the middle, like you can see it's not quite in the middle, and it still works fine, and it looks cute anyway. So if you just get it in the middle as much as you can, that's fine, isn't it? Don't get upset if you can't get it in the middle. Just carry on and see how it goes, I think. Right, there we go. That's, and I like it when it's resting like that rather than that. I've done it a lot better now. Right, okay, I was going to show you how to make this one when I checked the thing and I noticed it wasn't recording. But anyway, that's quite a... That's an easy one to do. I mean, this is smaller than that one. It's just got a little on it, it's twisted. Yep, hopefully. I mean, it's still straightforward, just the same as that, but on a smaller scale, so... Okay, that one, let's do that one. That's easy though, isn't it, as well? If you do want me to show you how to do that one, the mini ones, if you know that they're very similar to that, let me know. Right, so that's 2 inches by 1 1/8 or something. So let's do 2 1/4. Oh, it's quite thick looking, isn't it? Did I say 2 1/4, didn't I? This is probably hopefully the 6 by less than 6 paper, I think. So I'm just trying to make it about the same size as the other one. I'm not sure what size the oh, what about this? Come here, dear. I'm not sure if I printed this or this is already printed. I think it might be not, because I don't think I've ever printed on heavyweight card like that. Okay, 2 inches. Oh, let's see how big it is. So let's just do a little bit more than 2 1/4. So I've done that at 2 3/8, and this one tiny bit more than 2. Okay, let's see where we are on this here. What I can do is actually use my, where are they, sharp scissors to cut that. Okay, so that's now all at the edge. I'm using this bit as one of these bits as the closure. So I need something like, I don't know what that is. I need something like that length there. So let's get the bone folder and just make sure that's gonna, I don't know if it doesn't, but let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to cut that bit off. I don't know what that is. It's like a seed. Might be tomato seed. I think it is. Right, there we go. I don't know what tomato seed is doing on my paper, but never mind. Okay, so we'd put that there. Oh, hold on a minute. Why is that different colour? Have I done it the other side? Let's have a different colour. Okay, same paper, it's just that it's the inside. Okay, so you put something like that there. Now it's massive. You could make it slightly shorter, but I think this is so thick paper, I think I'll need that length. I suppose you could even round the corners if you wanted, so it looks rather cute. Let's see if I can on the small on here. I might be able to, you know, with this. Somebody's at the door. Right, so this is what I'm doing. Just a plain one, I think, isn't it? Oh yeah, I know which one it is. Okay, so I can just do the staple in the middle there for like, doesn't really matter, does it? You can just do one staple. And it's okay, my daughter's been here for ages, so I didn't get a chance to finish it right now. I don't know whether to put that a little bit further back than the other one. So you can see then to put it underneath. Oh yeah, I was rounding the corners. That's what I was doing, wasn't I? Right. So look, that might look a bit odd. So I was just rounding the corners because my daughter came, knocked on that. My daughter knocked on the door. She gave me some stuff I'd ordered from her friend. There we go, and that's that one. And then do that one as well. Oops, that's not done it at all. That's more like it. Okay, so that looks probably a bit better. I don't know. I'm going to put that a little bit further in, and I'm going to locate my glue. Okay, it's here. Okay, this is the one I'm using. So I'm going to put some glue on the sort of like edge here and then here. Okay, like that. Yeah. So I decided to put it a little bit further back, aren't we, this time? Because I think the other one's right at the front, and I don't know if it's going to be good or not. Be good, bad, ugly, I don't know. One of the three. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. So it can be that big, can't it? Let's go around the corners of that as well, actually. Just those, not the ones at the back. Oops, hold on. There you go, you can hear it when it does it. And then you would sort of put it there and then put it as far as you want to around the back. It's a mini one, isn't it? You can do this is what size you like. This is just a mini idea. So there will do, won't it? So that will be glued here. Then you would push it. Oops, hold on, so we've got to keep hold of it a minute. Oh, it doesn't work, does it? Right, so I'm going to glue that on the back now. Hopefully it'll work. I'm going to try and get actually a bit further up so we've got more room. I don't know. Didn't seem to. I think it might be because I've only just glued it. We'll have to see, won't we? Right, okay, so that goes on there. Okay, and we make that sort of right angles to that. And that should have glued back on even though I've just unplugged it. And then we put that, I'm holding it at the back actually at the moment, so we can... There we go. So that's that one, and hopefully this time... No, it's still going to do it, isn't it? Because it's too thick. If you can... It's really, really thick though, isn't it? Right, I'll glue it like that. Right, so what I'm doing is, because it keeps coming, I'm going to glue it like that a bit. So you've got a bit of a gap there. It will work. It's because it's so, the paper is actually so thick. Have you got bits? I mean, the other one's 160. This is obviously a lot more. I know it must be 12 by 12 papers. Well, this one does work. I've done it. Loads of. Where is it? That's the back. Right, the front. This is thin. Yeah, 160 GSM. It's perfect. See, that works like that. But that, it's so thick. Yeah, I thought, well, I'll make a nice, thick one. See what happens. Make it out the same paper, and then, no, it's still not. Still doesn't like it. Use a bit of this. I'm going to just cut that off. Yeah, I think the problem is mainly this being so thick. So I've got a thinner piece of paper. I've got a thinner piece of paper there, yeah. It's like, I mean, it's like live telly, isn't it, really? You can't do it. Right then, so let's see if this works. I know it's because it's not glued into it. You got everything simply for me, haven't you? If you can do better, let me know. Another thing I suppose you could have done is actually stapled those on. But anyway, that works now, because it's just it's because that was so thick. This, you know, the that was so thick. That doesn't matter about obviously being thick. It's this that needs to be thinner. Okay, so that's a lesson we've learnt now, haven't we? Anyway, there we go. Made it, done it, made it, and I've done the other one, and I've put it a little bit further up there. I don't know. I think it looks a little bit better. I don't know. It's up down in it. You can see it both ways, can't you? That is a lot thicker as well. Okay. Right then, so let's make this little cute butterfly here. What I've got here is some papers. Oh, well, that's supposed to be lined papers, but as long as you can write on it, that's fine. So I've cut some papers 2 inches high, which is from there to there, and 2 1/4 wide, so it's going to be exactly the same size as this. So I'm folding those in half. Oh, and that's the cover, because that's going to be the pretty butterfly bit. Okay, and then I'm going to staple it with one staple. Right, so excuse the printing noises. Yeah, that'll do. That'll be fine there, and it's not quite right. What I did was got my little and the 1/2 inch cutter, and then cut all the corners off. Whoops. Whoops. They want some sort of big corner around her. Yeah, it chomps them off. And then, right, that one actually is really, really thick, so I did too many pages for that, but I don't know how this is going to do. If it doesn't do it, if it won't do it, then I will show you what else you can do. If not, I'll tell you what else you can do. So I'm getting that. So I'm going to hopefully get that the same way. So I'm pushing that there. That's there. Oh, it's done it. Okay, so it's done a little place like that. I'll tell you what you do if you don't get that. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Okay, so then you've got your lovely little butterfly shape, and I suppose you could put a body and antennae and stuff if you like, but I didn't do that one. Right, if it doesn't cut the first time, just take a couple of pages and cut those. Okay, just making sure you're in line like I did, like using the words on your board, and then cut it. And do exactly the same on the other side. Take a couple of pages and cut that out, making sure you're the same as what you were before. Then you get it in the middle. I don't know how I did it, but I didn't quite do it like that. And then you open the book out, and then you'll see that some of these are still filled in. So you just cut along the lines here. That's what I did for that one. Yeah, but that one's only got 3 pages, so. But how cute, eh? Cute little butterfly. Somebody will think, what on earth's that? Then they say, oh, it's a butterfly. Yeah, I don't know if you could make them slightly, I suppose you can move them along and make them slightly smaller, but I made them the wings the same size. Oh, you could do that. Stick them together like that, yeah. Washi tape or something. I don't know. And you've got double notebook. Anyway, that was that one then. Okay. That's basically the same as the one I did yesterday. It's one of those ones like I've done on video with a file folder. That's actually made with a file folder in there. And this one's the file folder, and I've just folded it in. Stuck them down the edges. There is a way of doing it without though, isn't there? I did a brilliant job the other week. That as well, so you can make a mini version of the file folder one. Just let's see, I think it's about 3 inches, and just over 3 inches, and bend it, and you can sew it in, or if you've got a stapler like me, staple it in. Yeah, no, I didn't have a stapler then when I had this. Yeah. So they're really cute as well, aren't they? Journal companions, or you can pocket notebooks as well. Brilliant for making notes. Right then, let's see what we can make you do with them. I've done it again. I've not showed you what I've just made. I was saying goodbye to you and everything, but look what I've just made. Okay, it's this idea. Okay, and it happened on camera, although it didn't. Okay, but this is a cute little idea, and I got the idea from seeing this. Okay, so this is a little index card. Folded it over, and I was thinking if you put your, instead of doing a decoration like that, put something like this on. Okay, you could put this on when you've got a closure. I think it's a good idea to have a closure. I don't know, it's entirely up to you, of course, entirely up to you to make one of these, but I thought you might like to see that. So you'd glue that on the back of there like that. Okay, and then close it, and then close it like this. Okay, and then you can put that, stick that in a journal. You don't have to have it, you can cut it off there obviously, or have it right up there and cut it off there. Fold it back even, I suppose, if you did it a long one. Right, okay, but that's the idea I've got here. And what I did wrong there is I had that round the wrong way. So you've got the long bit there, which is absolutely fine, but I had it round that way, so that was facing that way, and I wanted to put it on here, so I just stuck it on the back instead. Okay, and that back actually does match the flap. You notice it matches the flap, so that's good. And I've got that little closure there. Okay, and so I just put that on there like that. So easy to do, really easy to do. Okay, really easy. And if you really can't get that right, I can do that again. It's like that one. If you can't get that right, I can do that again. The butterfly is so easy. I did that. I've got a little video of that one that I'm going to add. Okay, and that actually could go on there as well. If you've got one of those, so for example with a pattern on or something, you could actually glue it on there. And somebody will think, what on earth's that thing there? And perhaps you could put another paper clip on to keep it closed. And you open it up and oh, it's a butterfly notebook. So there you go, a little butterfly notebook. Okay, oh, perhaps I've done it the wrong way. Look, I've got the lines that way. But anyway, that's the little butterfly notebook. I suppose you could have it that way. Yeah. Yep. So, did I tell you all the? Oh, perhaps I didn't tell you. Right. Okay. So there's things you could use your notebook for. Okay. I don't think I've actually added those because I put it off. Things you can use your notebook for. I've got some written down ideas. Okay. That's upside down again. Keep turning it round and round in my fingers. Right. Okay. So, oh, I must say hello to Sherry. I'll have to do that at the beginning as well, because I forgot to say Sherry's always also commenting on my videos every day as well. Just about every video. Thank you so much, Sherry. She's always watching my videos. So that's amazing. It does make my day to see regulars. Okay. Sometimes the regulars tell me, oh, I couldn't watch you in the last few days because so-and-so, was away or whatever. Okay. So it's great, isn't it? Okay, so there's several ways you can use. You can use these as a mini journal. For example, you might not like the huge page idea of a A4 journal or an A5 journal. You might not like that. It might look a bit daunting. So you could use them as a small page to fill in as well, half a page or something, a few lines or something like that. That would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it, to use that? And you've got things like a recipe book. You could use them for recipe books. You could suggest these, like if you've got a journal and you've given somebody a journal and they don't know what to do. And I think, why on earth are they giving me these little extra booklets? You could suggest things on your blurb, couldn't you? Language learning book, a to-do list. I could use it as a password book. I think my son keeps saying to me, "Mum, you need a password book," which is probably a good idea. So just a book for passwords. I put them in. I tend to put my passwords in code, so I know exactly what I've written, so I know how to write it out in the password. I know that's I know that's weird, but that's what I do. Okay. You could use them on gardening journal, for example. You could put what plants you planted, or whether it likes sunlight or whether it likes the shade, what time of year you planted it, and all things like that. You can use it as a page marker in a journal. That would be quite good as a page marker, actually. That's quite a small one, isn't it? So you can put it in your big journal. I did have my big journal out. Oh, there, I've already got one in there. I've already got one in there because I did show you. See, like you put one of the pages. Perhaps you're going to do something next and want to make it use it as a page marker. So where you're going to use it next? That's a good idea. You can use it for planning, days, things like that as well, days out, things like that, or planning a whole day, what you're going to eat for the day, or what you have eaten, a eating diary. That's quite a good one. What else is there? Oh, song lyrics, or quotes as well, quotes you like. Things you like, you know, when you're reading a book and you think, oh, I really like that, what they've said there. You could use that. You could write that down and you put that in your book. Okay. I've done that as when I was doing writing and all that. So that's a good way of doing that as well. But if you like something, like the way somebody said something, like a bit of philosophy, you know, you could sort of use that even as a quote, couldn't you? That's a very, very good idea. So even those mini ones you could use these for. So you could use them. I mean, you might have to make your writing tiny, but you could use them as a mini thing as well. So that's the ideas. I think that's some pretty good ideas. I was so proud of thinking of that thing on camera, but I wasn't on camera. I thought that on camera. But anyway, that's all my suggestions, and I do hope you would give me a thumbs up for all this. That would be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. It does help other people to see my video, so you help share my video by doing that for me. And if you have subscribed to my channel, that does help my channel to grow as well. So thank you so much, and thank you so much for anybody who's made a comment. It was Sherry yesterday. I'm so sorry, Sherry, for not mentioning you. I thought, well, I have to mention Sherry when I'd finished doing my video. Anyway, so that's about Sherry in West Virginia. Thank you so much, Sherry. And also, let's think what else I can tell you. No, I think that's it, apart from the Ko-fi papers. I've got papers on Ko-fi. Got quite a few different, so there's ones like abstract patterns and watercolour ideas, and you can see them close up. If you want to have a go yourself, you can see mine close up and see what I've done, things like that if you want, and also use them in your projects. As I just said on my thing, Diane immediately said yesterday, I'm going to have a look at Ko-fi. It was amazing. Diane, that was great. She's got her own channel as well. What's it? I can't remember what it's called now. I can't remember what a channel's called. Anyway, Diane is on one of my, I've got her on one of my videos because it was inspired. It's the one with the using Doodles as pockets. That's the one, using Doodles as pockets. Okay. What else can I tell you? I didn't come up with a chat. I don't know why I didn't come up with a channel. It just came up with a thing, but hopefully it'll lead to a channel. Okay then, so I will say goodbye now, and thank you so much for watching.